He spins free. Evades the tackler and now some space. He's at the 30, the 20.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward.
And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Well, as they get ready for this next drive, we shift our attention to a little Super Bowl conversation. The third time that the Super Bowl, Charles, is going to be played in Atlanta, and the Patriots had 35,000 folks come out in Foxborough before departing for a little rally.
How about that? You would think that would be a fan base that might be a little bit blasé about the whole thing because they seem to go just about every year. But they continue to use their rallying cry. They hate us because they ain't us. And as for the game itself, February the 3rd, I can't wait. I'll be there to call the game internationally one more time. Just remember, this game is 17 years to the day since Super Bowl 36. Got this whole Patriots thing kick-started, literally. Adam Vinatieri with a game-winning field goal. Patriots beat the Rams 20-17. Same franchise, different city. They were in St. Louis then.
Now Brady throwing on second down. To Michelle on the dump off. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. That was the first time that two AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the two of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so hot. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2, and ended up meeting in the playoffs. And both of them ended up winning on the...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, 77 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. CD, before this next drive gets going, the Pro Bowl took place January 27th in Orlando. Third year in a row that the AFC has won, and really the third year in a row where the weather in Orlando has not been too kind. It was ice cold 2017 and then downpours the last couple years.
Yeah, in addition to it being cool as well again this year, so rain and cold, that hurts the crowd a little bit, but still, this game has evolved into what I would call a crazier type NFL game. Quick whistles to make sure guys don't get hurt when there's tackling going on. How about receivers playing defensive back? Defensive backs like Jalen Ramsey catching touchdown passes. And to cap it all off, when they awarded the MVP trophy to, I believe, Patrick Mahomes, it broke.
Yeah, indeed, it was Mahomes, the MVP of the offense. Jamal Adams, MVP of the defense in the 26-7 AFC victory.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
White 20! White 20!
Brady now on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught. A big play there for New England. 51 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Brady's going to sneak it. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Tom Brady with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. So now Brady and the Patriots going for 2. Now this time Brady will throw. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful. And it pushes the lead up to a field goal. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. Back to Foxborough after this. To throw on second is Watson. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Lawrence Guy breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old...
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Wide open, Julian Edelman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Wait 20. Wait 20.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The final shot before half for Brady. The quick slant caught. And he's going to get into the end zone. So cue up the Gronk spike. It's a Patriot touchdown. Rob Gronkowski as time expires in the 1st half. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. The point after try for Gronkowski. Extra point good by Gronkowski. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Gronkowski now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 71 yards. And the Texans have cut it to within a score.